Hello, everyone. Just I don't even know what to say on this or what to call it myself, but it's just let's have these things documented, because one of the things that I've come to realize about life is that if you don't put certain things out, especially when it comes to social media, they are never documented, and then you go on, even you yourself, you forget about them, and no reference is made to it, or they will say, oh, you didn't talk about it, it didn't matter, it didn't whatever. This one is to, and I like how this person put it. He said, while Tinubu was in Daura yesterday paying his last respect to Buhari, his surrogate Sam Omaseye, Bayo Onanuga, and Lere Olayinka were shamefully mocking the former president even in death. Makes you wonder if their principal directed them to do so on his behalf. Most of the time they try to put everything and say that, oh, obedience are the ones doing this, obedience are the ones doing that, and all of that, but they never say that these are the people who are really doing things that they are not supposed to be doing, very heinous things and very unpalatable things. The first picture that you have, I'm gonna put these pictures out here, and also the tweets that were put together. The first picture you have there is, you have Tinubu there paying his last respect to the person he illegally took over from, former President Muhammadu Buhari. And then the next picture is that of Lere Olayinka arrested. I think this is Wike's spokesperson or something like that. And he says, why them they bury person? Governor they cry. Vice President they carry shovel. What else? And he put ... So I don't understand. When they are burying person, is it not normal that people will cry? Even if you saw someone that you know, just the fact that you see a human being buried, there's a way it touches you. You see a human being buried, it touches you, because you know your own too. That's the final place that you're going to go to. That's where you're going to end up with. So there's that thing about it, that gets at you. All of this, it's this thing now, it's the ones that they say, oh, some of people have been trying to, I've seen people trying so hard to make the north and the east be fighting each other, making them to feel that, oh, they are the ones celebrating because Buhari. Nothing like that. So the celebration we saw came from the northern part of the country, and the few people that had done, they came from the western part of the country. So I don't know where all of these agendas, if the agenda that they try to agenda is not agending, and then they are bringing Peter Obi in by all means and by whatever this thing. See these ones as spokesperson, people that Tinubu hired. This is lady. Then the next person, Sam Omaseye, I think is the editor or something in a nation newspaper that is owned by Tinubu, related to that, but it's one of deep, Tinubu's kind of supporter. And then he says, and so he put a picture of Buhari, which is this picture you're seeing right now. He says he became a president and ran it with a cabal of antediluvian ideas. He left the finances in chaos, and the nation's morale was at the nadir. All these people, they like to use all these ancient words. Buhari in the end turned out to be a man who looked after one man, Muhammadu Buhari. This same man, and this is such disgusting sycophantic hypocrisy. This same man, when Buhari was in power, he was attacking everybody for this Buhari. When you say that Buhari is not doing well, Buhari is failing on this, when you're holding Buhari accountable, he will come and attack you and put all sorts of things. Then all of a sudden, because Buhari now is no longer in power, you can now insult him. Now because he's dead, you can now say all these things about him. I just hate such hypocrisy. It's just so annoying. I just find it so... Lord have mercy. The word I have for it, or the word in my head, because I don't feel pronounced, I will just leave the word there. It's just so crazy. Why couldn't you have said this while he was alive? Then Bayo Onanuga, who happens to be Tinubu's spokesperson, came out to say a video to reject the memory of those who claim only Buhari's 12 million votes gave him the presidency in 2015 and 2019. And so what he put out was a picture of Buhari in Ibadan, and where someone had put out, so he commented on a picture that a tweet someone had put out of Buhari in Ibadan, when he said that was, I think, he said Buhari in Ibadan, unforgettable. And so that is it. So when you look at all of these things, you begin to think, okay, Who is it? Is it Tinubu that sent them or whatever? But you see the hypocrisy that normally would happen. These people are people who are even being paid by either government money, are very close to Tinubu, working with Tinubu directly. They're saying this statement, but nobody is taking it as anything. Then a random supporter of Peter Obi, whom that probably he just supports Peter Obi for he wants to, will say something, and then the next thing they will make it out, Peter Obi has. The kind of hypocrisy that goes on, the thing doesn't have number two at all. At all, there's no number two attached to it. But anyway, it is life, and we'll continue to watch it as it is. But one of the things I want Nigerians to know very well is that, you see that thing that we always say, oh, it's God that will fix Nigeria. It's God. God has already fixed Nigeria. It is us that we use what God has given us to fix the problem, because God will not do for us what he has given us capacity for us to do for ourselves. It's another 4 years that is coming now. The next thing, people will not be sit down, they will do nothing, and then they will do, or they will either vote nonsense, or they will campaign nonsense, or they will do, or then they will now come and start saying that, oh, God should come and fix the problem that they had done. How? What did God give us brain for? What did he give us our senses for? It's for us to actually use them and use them productively. It's for us to actually use them and use them very well. And if you're not using them very well, the only thing that you go to is that you got yourself to blame. Just to so like this person was saying, he said 2 of the 3 respected journalists are not outsiders. They are official spokesperson of the federal government / appointee. They lost something for a second, and such action deserves an action. I hope both are responding to their queries by now with appropriate sanction. Who will query them? On a serious note, if I was like an elected official and I appointed somebody like Bayo Nanuga, I would have since fired him, because you can't be talking that way. Even if me I talk that way, you as my spokesperson, you should be civil to in short, the moment you are an elected official, you have to be civil to everybody. You are everybody's employee, and you have to be respectful. As an individual, you can do whatever you want to do. As someone, enough is lying. And then he said here, so the person continued, and King PZ said, VP was insulted, a governor was mocked, their bosses embarrassed, and mourners throw in a state of disbelief, and the dead disrespected. Then another person, McDonald Anyawu answered. He said, no query anywhere, their boss was on colos. I mean, these are such serious allegations, such serious misdemeanor or whatever, that really need, a query that you even make publicly. But it's not Peter Obi. If it was Peter Obi, everybody's head will stand up. Thank you for watching, Jari. Bye.